All right, in the second part of this class, it's not just concepting, it's concept and iteration. So let's go ahead and do a variant of this guy real quick. Whatever's easier for you, if you want to merge this guy into one subtool, or if you want to, move multiple, I'll leave that up to you. I'm going to go ahead and just merge this thing down into one. I'm going to grab his legs here. Oops, let's go ahead and grab select rectangle, Control-Shift-A. I'm going to mask and invert that. And we're going to shrink these way down. And we're going to redistribute some of his weight here. So I'm going to take his hips. Let's go ahead and turn perspective off. Take his hips down here, and I'm going to go ahead and inflate this up. I'm going to isolate this top piece here. And then I'm going to make a little more sunken chested. And then you can use the inflate brush and the snake hook or the move brush. And and you could use insert mesh brushes for like love handles and stuff like that. I'm not going to get that granular, but I am going to indicate some mass in those areas. We're going to use smooth to kind of shrink down his delts a little bit. And his biceps and triceps will kind of tone down just a tad. Let's take these three aspects of his head and we'll go ahead and move them up a little bit. We're going to kind of elongate his neck just a tad, and then we're going to hold down Control and tap his neck, and we'll kind of move that into place. And on this guy, I'm going to see if I can't give him just a little bit of traps here, just to kind of give him a little bit more of a slope-shouldered look here. I'm going to go ahead and beef out his forearms here. And I'm really going to beef out his hands. Now again, these hands I'm probably going to end up having working separately, which we'll get to in just a second. But I do want that wrist to kind of step down to the hands, and then we can kind of smooth that back. Now we still have auto mask by polygroups up to 100, so as I'm smoothing, I'm just smoothing out one polygroup at a time. Let's go ahead and bring this face up a little bit. So I'm going to make his head a little bit smaller. I'll make these ears a little bit big or smaller as well. And I'm going to kind of enlarge his bottom area a little bit more. And again, we don't have a lot of detail here, but at the next stage, we can continue either, if you want, you can feel free to, continue going through here and adding more granular pieces like, okay, I want to figure out how the nose is going to go. And you can keep all these things separate too, because it's just going to make it easier for you to work on instead of going through and dynameshing and sculpting. Or if you prefer dynameshing and sculpting, you can certainly do that as well. I'll leave that up to you. But really, it's more about being comfortable in ZBrush, getting quick iterations. This one took me a couple minutes to do. You can do this for males, females, fat, thin, animals, creatures, all that good stuff. And again, we'll get into these spheres and a little bit fancier stuff coming up, but we're just going to keep these simple for now.